Okay, so now I'm going to show you the experimental setup. So this is the circuit, the board to measure the energy gap of semiconductor experiment. So here we have an ammeter because the semiconductor shows the conductivity if you increase the temperature. So to measure the conductivity, we are going to measure the current, how much current can be passed through this. So this is like unit is amperes. So here we have microamperes. Okay, and this is connected to two pins here, and here we have the fixed power supply. Okay, so we are going to connect the voltage to the particular diode here. Okay, so here we are going to have the semiconductor material. So this is the germanium diode. So it's like a PN junction diode is going to placed. So inside this setup we have oil. Okay, so the diode is immersed in the oil bath. Okay, so you can see the circuit diagram here. So this is like a oil bath, something like this. So here we have the PN junction diode. So this is the symbol of PN junction diode, and here we have power supply, and this is the ammeter. Okay, so when you are giving the voltage to the PN junction diode, so due to some electron hole recombination, I think the theory will be there in your next unit. We are going to discuss about it later, but just understand that when you apply the voltage to this particular PN junction diode, which is inside oil bath, automatically the electron hole pair it can be increased. So we can have more conduction. The temperature of the oil increases. So we are going to measure the temperature by keeping a thermometer. Okay, we have a thermometer here, so you can see that. So it's approximately, we have some readings here. Okay, so approximately the room temperature approximately now 28 degrees. So you can see the readings. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. So maybe we have some readings here. So it's now approximately near to 28 degrees because the room temperature is approximately 28 now. So I'm going to keep this thermometer in the oil bath when I connect the power supply. So automatically the temperature of the oil bath increases. So we are going to measure the temperature here. So when I connect this to the circuit, so because this is a semiconducting material, when you increase the temperature of the semiconducting material, automatically there is a possibility that more number of electrons from the valence band can go to conduction band. So conductivity increases. So the increased conductivity will be reflected in the ammeter reading. So here we have an ammeter. Okay, so I can show you in the board. So I'm going to connect this electric board to the oil bath. Okay, so in this we are going to see the deflection. That means the ammeter reading will be noted. Okay, so like we are going to do the experiment at different temperatures. So I can show you the tabular column also. Okay, so this is the table. This is the tabular column. So first we'll raise the temperature. That means, for example, we'll go to the higher temperature, maybe approximately 80 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Celsius. It's like this is like in the centigrade. So this thermometer temperature is in the form of centigrade. So I'm going to convert into kelvins. So 1 degree Celsius. So usually 1 degree Celsius is equals to 273 Kelvin. Okay. So for example, if I have 80 degrees Celsius here, I'm going to convert into Kelvin, and corresponding to the temperature, whatever the current we can see in the ammeter, that's what we are going to note it down here. So you can see the ammeter reading here. So here now it is 0 anyway because it's not connected. So you can see the reading is 0 approximately. So this reading will be changing. Okay, so somewhere it will be showing. So I'm going to write the current reading corresponding to the temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it's actually this is in the units of microammeters. So I'm going to convert into ammeters, and I have some fixed power supply is there. Okay, so I'll find out the resistance using V by I, and we know this is the graph that shows the relation between the like ln of R, that is resistivity, or we can say resistance here. For time being we can say resistance, ln of R versus 1 by T. So here the 1 by T value is increasing, that means T is decreasing. So temperature is decreasing. So 1 by T is increasing, R is increasing. That means temperature is decreasing, resistance increases. So from this graph, this is like a straight line. Okay, so we have I think the graph shows the like a linear pattern with a intercepting at y-axis with some intercept, and we are going to measure the slope here. Okay, so I'm going to find out the dy by dx, that is the the slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So after getting the slope, then I'm going to find out the energy gap. Okay, so first I will show you the connections and we'll start the experiment and I will show you how to take the readings, and then we are going to plot the graph. Okay, I will show you how to plot the graph also. Okay, so first I am going to connect it. So you can see the circuit here. I am going to keep the right up here. So circuit is like this. So you can see here a positive, it's like a battery symbol, like we can see fixed power supply. So here we have the power supply here. Okay, you can see the power supply. So it's like a positive power supply. So it is connected to positive power supply connected to ammeter positive, and ammeter negative connected to here. This symbol is diode negative. So this straight line is, so something like we have a vertical line here. So this is like a diode negative. So diode negative connected to ammeter negative, and ammeter positive connected to voltage positive. Okay. So now come back to the board now. So this is positive terminal. So this positive connected to ammeter positive. So this is the ammeter positive now. So I am connecting here. Okay. And then from the ammeter negative, it is connected to diode negative. So this is the ammeter negative, and the diode, germanium diode, is here. Okay. So here. So this is the black symbol I am connecting here. Okay. And then from the diode positive, so this is the diode positive symbol. From the diode positive, and again power supply negative. Okay. So just 3 connections. Okay, you can see the setup now. Okay, you can see the setup now. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to, now we have thermometer here. Now thermometer is at the room temperature. Okay. So now what I am doing, I am going to keep this thermometer inside the oil bath. Okay. So you can see now it is near to 25 degrees, because the room right now room temperature is 25 degrees. So I am going to keep the thermometer in the oil bath. So I will switch on the circuit. So I'm going to apply the switch on the now. So I'm going to switch on now. So the light. So now what is doing is we are applying we are giving some power supply to the germanium diode. Okay. So because of we are giving some power supply to the germanium diode, we are going to see some kind of electron hole recombinations are going to have. So because of that, you can see the conductivity. So then what happens? The temperature, we are increasing the temperature of the oil. Okay. So as you increase the temperature of oil, you can see that slowly the temperature of thermometer increases. So you can see, I think the red one, now it is crossing 30. Okay. So we'll wait until this temperature goes to until 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. So initially it is 28. Now it is, the temperature is crossed 30 degrees Celsius. So slowly you see the red one. So it's the mercury that will useful to measure the temperature of the particular oil bath. Okay. So it's crossing 30 now. Okay. So we will wait until the temperature reaches to until 80 degrees Celsius. Then we will measure the readings. Okay. So after it reaches to 80, so automatically you can see in the microammeter reading also. So initially you can see a small red color thing is there. So initially this one is red one. So initially it is 0. So because now temperature 30 near to more than 30, so it is increasing slowly. From 0 it is coming like this. Okay. So now I am going to show, I'll wait until the temperature raises to 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay. So we can wait. You can see the increase of temperature slowly. I think you can see the readings now. Okay. So the red one, the mercury one, red one, that shows the increase of temperature. Okay, we'll wait until, I think within 5 to 10 minutes, maybe it will go to 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll just look into the tabular column once. Okay, I will show you the table. Okay. So first, after reaching to 80 degrees Celsius, so 80 degrees Celsius, I am going to calculate the Celsius measurement in the form of Kelvin. Okay. So I said that 1 degree Celsius is equal to 273 Kelvin. So for example, 80, so 80 plus 273. Okay. So I am going to show you the corresponding reading in the ammeter, that is microamperes. So I am going to convert into amperes again. So then R is equal to V by I. So the voltage, whatever we used, that is approximately 1.5 volts. Okay. So I'll substitute here. I'll find out the R value and find ln of R. Then 1 by T. So T is here 80 plus 273, whatever the value you are going to get. you will do that 1 by T, and this is the first reading. Okay, then so this is at 80, right? So after that we'll switch off this and we'll see like decrease, like 80 will wait for some time to become the temperature 70 degrees. So again we'll note down the current here, and again we'll note down the resistance, everything. So again 70, and again we'll come back to 60, 40, and 60, 50, 40, and until you can come to until room temperature, so that we have at least 5 to 6 set of readings. So for all 5 to 6 set of temperatures, we are going to measure the current values. Okay, and the current values can be converted into resistance and ln of R and 1 by T. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the different values like 1 by T values and versus ln of R. I'm going to plot the graph like this. So I'm going to find out the slope. Okay, so after finding the slope, we have the value here, that is Eg. The energy gap is equals to 1.725 into slope into 10 to the power of minus 4 electron volts. Okay, so basically this value is going to come like this. So we have the slope is equal to, from that equation, slope is equals to Eg divided by 2K. Okay, so where K is the Boltzmann constant, that is 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23. Okay, in terms of electron volts, approximately the K value will be 8.823 10 to the power of minus 5 electron volts. Some units are there. Okay, so now what I will do here, Eg is equals to slope into 2K. Okay, 2K. So it is approximately 2 times 8.823 is approximately 1.725 into slope, and this will be in the form of electron volts. Okay, and into 10 to the power of minus 4 eV. Okay, so this is where the equation comes from. Okay, that is the reason why we have Eg is equal to this one. Okay, so we are going to find out the slope now. So now we are going to find out the slope now. Then from the slope we are going to calculate Eg. Now we will come back to temperature. Now you can see that reading of temperature, approximately it went until 90 degree, 90, more than 90, near to 100. Okay, so we'll start. I switched off the thermometer now. I switched off the temperature. That means I switched off the increasing of temperature heater. So we have a heater here. So I switched off the heater. So now I will see the decreasing of temperature. Okay, so it's almost more than 100 now. So we'll see until the we can see decrease in the temperature. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the readings also. Just a minute.